Hi, in this session we'll see how to trigger a user command when we select any values from the list box, or we can, if you're selecting any radio button. So depending on that, how to trigger the user command is on the screen and perform operations. So what we'll do, here we have a field like a state and we have a city. So I have created a table state city, like those are my state Maharashtra and city Bandra, Nagpur, Navi Mumbai, Pune. So depending on the state which I selected, will populate the values for city. So first we have to make those two field as list box. So go to the screen layout, double click on state, make as list box with key. Now go to the city, make as list box with key. But here what we want, whenever we change state, the values of city should get changed. So for that we'll trigger a user command on state level. So double click on state. Here one we can see one attribute as function code. So give some value here. We'll give you a state, save, activate. Now what will be impact of this in the PAI module? Whenever user change the values, the user command will get triggered. The user command will get triggered and the com values will be state. Now initially we will set the values for in the PBO module. As earlier we have set the values for list box. Double click here. In the same block, initially we will set the values for state. So our table name is Z state underscore city. So first declare our internal table. Declare our internal table and a work area. So I'm declaring GT underscore state underscore city. Type is standard table of Z state city. And second I'm declaring one work area of the same type. Now go to the same block. Declare GT underscore state underscore city. Select all from Z state underscore city into corresponding fields of GT underscore state underscore city. Now first we want to set value for state, so we'll sort by state. Or second you can, okay, we can also do recording like this. Select okay, fine, we'll skip as it is. Select all from Z state underscore city into corresponding fields of GT underscore city. Sort GT underscore by state. Delete. Comparing state, so we'll have unique value for state. Now look at GT underscore city into GS underscore city. Now copy the previous code as it is. Here what we will do, we'll append on the values in the GT underscore values. Now the values for key will be coming from our state table. The field is state. So what we are doing here, by making a loop at the GT underscore state city table, we are appending all the value of state to our internal table GT underscore values. Okay, and our string field name is gs underscore emp underscore master state. So this code will set the values for the screen field state, and all the values will be from GT underscore values table. So first we'll check whether it is working or not. Some code correction. Okay, so what we have done, we have selected it. So what we done here, we have selected values from our database table, and we are setting the values for the screen field state. Activate the program. We will check whether the values for state are coming or not. Double click here, execute. So we can see all the values from our internal table. This is our table. So we have Maharashtra, Karnataka and Delhi. So we can see all three values here. This Maharashtra is coming from the previous record. Okay, this will not come in future. Okay, now our next task is, whenever we select any value from the drop down, the depending city should come here. Okay, for that what we have to do, go to the PAI module. As we have given user command as state, add one subroutine, set state city. I have already created one form routine. I will just open that form routine here. So you have to create this form routine. So here what I am doing, I am selecting the values from the database table where the state equal to the screen field state, and again I make a loop at the GT underscore state underscore city. I append all the values of city into the GT values, and then on my screen the field name for the complete name of a city is gs underscore emp underscore master city. So like this way I am setting the values for city in this block. So where we have declared this, in the PAI module. In the PAI module, whenever the psi come, the user command is state, this block will get executed. Okay, now execute it. And if I select here Maharashtra, now you can see the values for city is Bandra, Nagpur, Mumbai, Pune. Same we can see in the database table. Now just change the value, set Karnataka. Now you can see the value as Bangalore, Mangalore and Mysore. We will put a debugger to monitor what's happening. Go to the screen. In the PAI module, put the debugger here. Again execute. Now As soon as I'm changing the value from the drop down list, say Maharashtra, so we can see the PAI module get triggered and we get the SAI ecom value as state which we have given in the screen layout. Press F5 so we can see our this block is getting executed. Now here from the internal table we can see all the values for that display is coming. So like this way we can trigger a user command whenever we change whenever user change the drop down value. Now similarly we will do for the gender fields. The same this also work in the same fashion. Go to the screen layout. Again we have to go to the screen layout. I think my internet connection is slow. Wait, let me just activate again. 1 second. Go back. Now here we have three radio button particular for gender, male, female and unknown. So double click on any of the radio button. Here again we can see the same function call. So give here gender. The function code we have to assign to any one radio button, not to all. Okay, this will totally come to the all the radio button because we have grouped together all three radio button in one group. Okay, so we have assigned function called gender. Now whenever we select any radio button, the psi ecom will get triggered and the value of psi ecom will be gender. Now we'll do some activity on this. Now again come to user command. As I explained earlier, now whenever user will select any radio button, male, female, unknown, this will get triggered. Now we can write our logic in this case. Here you can write our logic. Suppose depending on the gender, if it is male, we'll automatically set the title to Mr. or Mrs. Let's say if gs underscore e, we have radio button as r underscore m is not initial, gs underscore amp underscore master title equal to Mr. Else if r underscore f is not initial, set the default value as Mrs. Else keep the same value as it is. System will not do automatically any changes. So here what you have done, we have grouped together radio button and we have assigned a function called gender to the radio button group. Now depending on the radio button which is selected, we are setting the values for title. Go to the main program, execute. Now this title field we are setting depending on the radio button is selected. So let me just select female. Now as soon as I select the female, this value get automatically changed. Let me select male, this will get as it is, get changed to Mr. If I select unknown, this will be as it is, because we have written logic only on those two fields. So depending on our business requirement, we can perform any operation. This is also working in the same fashion like we done for list box. So let me put the debugger again here. Go to the screen, put the debugger at SAI execute. Now as soon as select female, you can see the debugger get triggered. In the SAI value is gender, which we have given. Press F5. You can set the values here. So like this way we can trigger the PAI module depending on the list box or the ready to be done. Even we can do the same for manager fields also. Okay, so like this way we have seen how to implement, how to trigger a user command on the basis of user, on the basis of list box or reliable terms. So in next session we'll see how to make a screen field editable or not editable, not editable, how to change the properties of the field. That we'll see in the next session. Thank you.